Hey folks, so before I rant about how amazing this is and how happy I am that you guys stuck with me right until the very end, I just want to say a little note to Awesome Spaces and everybody else who got really frustrated with both the passwords. It was totally my bad. Totally my bad. I will say one thing though. The passwords, both I Accept the Risk and Pythagoras, were available right from the beginning. There was never a period in time where you could not enter in I Accept the Risk and Pythagoras and not get into the website in combination with the username and also provided the right case. However, the case sensitivity stuff was total bullshit, as you guys absolutely know and as you guys talked about. Yeah. Total bullshit. So I really do apologize for that, and I understand that it was extremely frustrating. But at the same time, you guys figured it out. And so I'm really proud of everybody for doing that and finally getting to this point here where I can stand in front of you and just say thank you so much for playing, putting up with the bullshit, putting up with the puzzles, putting up with Thomas. God damn it, fuck Thomas 2017. Thank you for putting up with all of that crap and finally getting here. Thank you so much. The ARG started, what was it, 2 weeks ago Friday? 3 weeks? I don't even fucking know. I can't keep track of time at this point. Because when I first started the live stream of just Monica sitting in an empty room, she actually couldn't even talk. She couldn't do anything. She just sat there. And then I woke up in the morning and Clint Stevens had hosted me, and there was like 160 people left over in my chat room just chilling out. And I went, oh my god, this is an opportunity I will never ever have again. And I realized I just had to do something with it. And so what I ended up doing is, while the stream was actually running, I ended up using literally a cropped out PNG file of the little text box that popped up in combination with OBS Studio and Microsoft Word with a green screen, color, chroma key, whatever you want to call it, on it, just so that I could make Monica speak. Because when I saw all these people, I was like, oh my god, this is a great opportunity. I have to start screwing with people. However, I had not had any thought about an ARG, some kind of ending, or literally anything. I was just like, oh my god, there's people, let's just screw with them. And so I did. And then as the live stream continued, I literally sat there all day, like, replying to people, and I even started making these little graphical, glitches or effects, just to kind of, like, cover up my own butt when I, accidentally showed the top half of, like, Word 2017, or, tabbed out to my desktop at one point during the stream, which, thank God, not many people were there for, although I think a lot of people did see it, and they were like, oh my god, ruined, which, for me, realizing that I'd made that mistake for half a second was a terrifying nightmare. I was, like, shook to the bone. But I had these graphical effects to kind of back it up, and so I would, glitch Monica out, or whatever, and things would go on as usual. It was, okay, there's a little bit of a plot hole, but we're just going to, stuff it up with some bells and whistles and hope people buy it. But then eventually, after a whole weekend of doing the streaming, I was kind of like, shit, man, I wish I could be Monica forever, but I can't really do that. I have a life, I gotta, do other things. But then I made a decision that was, I basically decided, a really cool way to end this would be if the screen glitched out and somebody hacked Monica and deleted her. That would make a super dramatic stream ending. Everybody would freak out. That'd be great. It'd be perfect. I would love to end it that way, because so many people would just go like, oh my god, what? So it was like, I couldn't think of a better way to end it. And so I did that. But the mistake I made, well, not a mistake, because it led us to here, which has been probably one of the most fantastic 2 weeks of my life, was creating this backup with this key in it, the backup key. And so I made and animated this fake backup screen while the stream was running, all made in, Vegas or whatever. And so I just ended up making this backup screen, and I, hinted at the website, because the website had been in my description since the very beginning. I was just kind of like, I'll put this cool website name in there, and just in case I decide to do anything with it, just so whatever happens, right? And so then finally, when this backup came out, and then I ended stream, people were like, oh my god, we gotta figure something out. I was like, okay, well, I made this backup, I hinted at this website, I hinted at this code, I did all this stuff, I even gave myself a 48 buffer period, because I kind of made the backup knowing, okay, people are probably going to be interested. They're probably going to want to go and see a website where they can, do something or, solve some kind of puzzle. So I was like, okay, let's just make a website. So I ended the live stream by deleting Monica in the very dramatic fashion, but I created this backup. And suddenly, it was like Tuesday, and I was like, holy shit, man. I told people that there would be a website up 12 in the morning the next day. And so some of you actually noticed that it was 48 hours from the stream ending that the website went up. But that was because I actually couldn't finish the website before Wednesday during the daytime, because I was so freaking busy. Like, I'm a college student. If you'll track my IP, which I know all of you have done, I'm just chilling out at the University of Victoria right now. I go to school there. I had other shit to do, but I had to get this website done, and I felt so frantic about it, and I just knew I really wanted to get it done. And so I had this website, I had it all set up, I had it all ready to go, and it was super freaking exciting. And so I had this very makeshift puzzle that I had literally just kind of thought up as the thing, as the ARG kind of began for you guys to solve. And I thought, right within the first 30 minutes, you guys decoded the Morse code, decoded the, the stuff that led to the weird string that ended up translating to I accept the risk. And so I was thinking at that time, oh my god, this is going to be a nightmare. They're going to solve it in the first 30 minutes, and I will have no other real content, because besides that first, page, at the beginning, there wasn't really anything beyond that. And so thank god you guys got stuck up on that, and you got stuck. I was really afraid that you guys would log in, and you'd see the ending, and it would all be over. Because that was a very real possibility for me. So when you got stuck, it was like a godsend to me, even though I know it was frustrating for you guys. Because then at that point, I went, okay, great, I have time to breathe. And for the next 2 weeks, my college life went totally out the window, no more Math 100, no more all the other shit. No, we are going to make an ARG. And suddenly, there's 100 people in a Discord server. Suddenly, I'm animating the ending cutscene that you probably watched, 5 minutes ago or something. Suddenly, all this content is just coming out. Suddenly, there's Thomas, there's Dr. Barnes, there's the other guy, Johnson, from the lab or whatever. Suddenly, there's, Thomas's friends at the lab who end up betraying him or accidentally leaking his information. Suddenly, there's this huge situation, and it was fascinating to watch. Learning that our man Thomas was in danger of being found out suddenly revealed this need for, secret information. And so the Discord split into these hit-listed members and the non-hit-listed members, which was very fascinating, and I did not predict that whatsoever. And yet it became part of this kind of social aspect of the story, which was brilliant and absolutely amazing. I can't believe that actually happened. And then Yuri was in the server earlier too, totally screwing with people. I have no freaking clue who Yuri is. Yuri or Sayori, I have no clue who they are. No clue. Random trolls. But they ended up contributing so much to the story just because they had their own kind of weird puzzle thing going on, and people were like, oh, they're official, they're official, they're official. And I didn't want to interject and say anything, but it was fascinating to see how people would interact with each other in the Discord, because suddenly there was this need for security and safety, and so people started, not trusting each other, not completely anyways. But then as we got closer and closer and more frustrated with the second password, there was this greater sense of cooperation, and people started really working together, and people started, talking about passwords and, conceptual ideas, and the hit list chat almost completely died out. Nobody was saying anything in it because there wasn't really much to say. Everybody was just cramming solving passwords. And so where people went to hang out was the main general chat where everybody else was. And so we ended up getting this amazing community where people were writing poems and even drawing some. Like, that was amazing. People drawing, writing poems, haikus, some absolutely phenomenal stuff. And all of it is incredibly valuable to me. When I kind of was writing the story and figuring everything out, I thought, okay, yes, it's great to have a story where, there's a girl in a lab, all that, go save her. I thought that was really fascinating. But I also wanted to, push my own kind of agenda or my own kind of message regarding, Pythagoras, the world is made of numbers, and all this kind of other weird shit. Which was weird, for sure. But at the same time, I also wanted to encourage this behavior of, write a poem, share who you are, talk about this kind of stuff with other people, connect with people in the Discord, share about yourself. And I really wanted people to understand that and start putting that into action. And then to see all the amazing poetry you guys wrote. No homo, but I love you guys all. Seriously, it was fantastic, and I couldn't have hoped for anything more. It was absolutely amazing. I barely contributed to the discussion because I was always just kind of hiding in the background watching you guys. But there were so many memories. I cannot, you know what? I have to share this moment. I remember being in voice chat. People were freaking out. And there was Awesome Spaces in the voice chat. I think it was Awesome Spaces anyways. And he said, oh my god, if the mastermind, or ARG maker, whatever you want to call me, is in the voice chat right now, I bet he is laughing his ass off. And I absolutely lost it. I was bursting out laughing. I could not take it anymore. I was already having an absolute blast and just kind of chuckling to myself internally, oh my god, these people are so freaked out. And then when you said that, I literally started screaming. I was just, oh, it was so funny and so hilarious and so cool to see how engaged and excited everybody was. And I realized at that moment that, even though there was tricky puzzles, lots of frustration, and lots of, difficulties, and lots of strange things that came up, and lots of, tension and personal stress, because I was literally writing the story as it happened. But at the same time, I realized, I wouldn't want to be in any other position, because, making these memories with amazing people like you guys was just the best thing that I could possibly ever ask for. I mean, I know that sounds kind of overly gushy and cheesy or whatever, but really, it's true. It's been an amazing, amazing period of time for me, and I just want to thank you all for partaking. And finally, let's chill, hang out, play some video games. I'm so happy to have been able to have this opportunity to create this amazing experience that you could all partake in, and, see how awesome you guys are, and the cooperation and the amazing things that happened. So, thank you so much for stopping by, and please add me on Steam, add me on Discord, add me on whatever, and let's chill and play some games, guys, because it's a well-deserved break. You guys have worked really hard, and I'm super proud of you guys for figuring out my crazy and, at times, illogical and irrational puzzles. So yeah, thank you very much.